Why does the black man serve the white man? Why does everything the black man do benefit the white man? Why does the black man say freedom is doing what I want to do? And why is it that everything he wants to do enriches the European?
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Can I ask everybody a question?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. In your community, who is more likely to rob you? I'm talking about a one-on-one, like physical confrontation, rob you. Fuquan or Hank Paulson?
Hank Paulson sticking your ass up.
Well,
he can rob you the worst.
No. I'm not talking about that, Dev. I'm talking about coming up to you, rolling up on you. Who's more than likely?
Fuquan's running up on my ass with his burner house.
So because Fuquan can roll up on you personally, does that mean that Fuquan's affecting this society more than Hank Paulson? Or is he affecting you more than Hank Paulson?
He's affecting me. He's not affecting society.
Yeah, he's rolling up on you because of Paulson. Because Paulson didn't mess the money up. So he got to come to you.
Because the person in the chat room seems to think that their own little personal situation is a reflection of what's going on in this society. Their own situation, because they have an issue with the people in the streets because they were affected personally by it. So
no disrespect to the sister, but I wish people would stop with all that pointing to what a brother does in the streets and use it as some type of that's not deep. That's not. You're not saying nothing by pointing to his idiocy and judging that to say
even on that note, what if they legalized drugs? Then would he still be a problem? If they legalize drugs and these young men that are out here selling drugs aside, I'm going to open up a drugstore and I'm going to sell cocaine and I'm going to sell it because now I'm going to pay taxes on it. Is he a problem then? Is he a problem then? No, I really want to answer to that. Because then he's not a problem because he's doing what's legal. Just because somebody said, "Oh, that's the illegal thing," and they all the same people are saying
it's legal, don't mean it's right.
Don't stop with the right,
sweetheart. Tamara.
Hold on. Legal. Wait a minute. If they made crack legal, will that still be okay that my father was a drug dealer who became hooked to his product and now my father's dying of AIDS in Panama?
My brother died of AIDS. My brother died of AIDS from being a crackhead. But you know what? I didn't put that crack in my brother's stem. He put that shit in his stem.
Well,
but it don't make it okay.
Oh, it makes it business, and that means
I don't think the talented Tim's had nothing to do with my father.
Oh, I disagree with that.
I disagree with that.
Wait.
My grandmother came to this country.
What?
First of all,
what? How you think it gets here, sweetheart?
Again, let me explain something to you. I'm not from this country. My grandmother came up here and worked 3 jobs and brought 4 of her sons from Panama to this country. They all had choices because she put them in school. We all make a choice. I don't think back then Adam Clayton Powell was telling my fucking father, hey, go sniff glue and then go sell drugs.
No, your father was a product of
he was a product of his environment. He was a product of his environment.
My father's environment was islands with sandy beaches until he came here. And he was only here about 3 or 4 months before he started sniffing glue.
Yeah, but what's he? All right,
sweetheart.
Hey, hold on. We got to speak one at a time. Hold on 1 second. Speaking as, I would say, the 4th son of an economic refugee, why do you think your parents left Panama, as lush and as beautiful as it is, to come to the United States, considering all
the same reason why we're talking about the boule, because they were run out of Panama because there was no nothing for them there, because we were ostracized because we were black.
Who's this, Castro? Castro ran y'all out?
Oh, no.
No.
I'm from Panama. That's totally different.
Yeah, she's talking about Panama,
different.
Not
I'm not from Cuba. I'm from Panama. That's the little isthmus that separates Nicaragua and Costa Rica from Cuba.
Right. Little
niche. Yeah, just a little island.
Now, taking into consideration, if you go into the history of the Panama Canal and how that was negotiated, and that Panama was originally a part of Colombia. Until someone made until
gave it its independence.
Or the independence movement in order to get access to that canal.
Wow.
If you go into the history, there's some shiesty shit that went down there.
I know that. I am a Panamanian. I am a Panamanian.
But what are you saying? I'm trying to understand what you're trying to say.
No, I'm just saying, in the context of someone leaving their country of origin for economic refugee reasons and coming to the United States and then going to school, right? Did they go to private school? No, they went to public school. What does public school track to public school is deliberately tracking people into a particular lifestyle, mindset, level of economic access, thought process, all of that, which for the majority of people that go to public school, they're not aware of. So they're replicating this
these people get thrown into a racial
pseudo middle-class lifestyle, and they don't even understand it. You know what? You came to America, you came to the United States because you saw the commercial for all these wonderful plastic products in your home country.
Right. You don't believe the hype. You got caught up. You fell into a racial... What your father did was he fell into a racial construct, and he got reconstructed. That's what happened.
Again, perception. Oh, if you come to the United States, you can live this lifestyle. And then the reality of the situation clocks people upside the head, and how they adjust is how they adjust.
But you know what? We can say all this. At the end of the day, the Jay-Z's, they win because they have to show me the money. They have the money. So, and that's all that matters. They have the money. They have the investments. So, therefore, they're the winners.
Exactly.
That's it.
That's what it all comes down to.
That's what it comes down to.
And not taking anything away from your father. He just got caught up in the hype. And it's just like my brother. My brother was a supermodel. Brian Carter, look him up. He was at 1975. He was making about $450,000 a year, and he got caught up in the crack. And then in 1997, he died from AIDS and also being a crack addict. So it happens, and you know I can't take anything away from it. And from him, he did his thing, but he got caught up in the hype, and that's how he fell victim. And you know.
You know, I can't make this point enough, and I don't want to distract from what people's issues are because they're in the grind. You know, I don't blame the person in the chat room. I don't blame anybody for feeling a certain way because we're personally affected by the bullshit in our communities on a personal level. When you walk into your building, you know, and she's saying the truth in a sense. When you walk into your building, Hank Paulson is not the person who you have to directly deal with.
Right.
You got to deal with Fruquan. You know what I'm saying? So that I understand where they're coming from in that sense. But what you got to do, and I went through that, and I learned from it, that you got to be able to see the bigger picture.
Do you blame Frankenstein for his disastrous effects on the community, or do you blame Dr. Frankenstein that created this?
Right, exactly.
You have to be able to look at the bigger picture. This stuff is not happening just in a vacuum. And this is the problem that I have with people who want to constantly point to the streets or constantly point to the guy who's personally doing the killing.
Yeah, Frankenstein is running crazy.
Because I want to find out the motherfucker that got these niggas showing their drawers. I want to fuck him up something fierce. Running around with their pants down by their fucking ankles.
Why do we beat the person's ass that got dude wearing tight pants? I don't understand.
That's what I'm talking about. I want to fuck those dudes up.
Those are just symptoms. And personally, as an architect, that's what I consider myself. I consider myself a systematic thinker. I am not going to be arguing with lab rats.
Right. You're going to Dr. Frankenstein. You're not going to Frankenstein.
Take me to when the alien comes to Earth. He says, "Take me to your leader." That's me. Right. I don't want to be messing around with underlings.
Right. Why am I right? Why would I go slap the Secretary of State? I want to slap Obama. I'm a fucker. Like he's not going to get the effect from it. And that's what I deal with the top. With anything that I do, it's just like you go with a record deal and you got to go sit through the A&R. Motherfucker, you don't make a decision while I'm talking to you.
These people are annoyances at best in our community because they personally get in the way of whatever you're trying to do or present themselves as roadblocks. But I understand. It's like what Jesus said, that everybody seems to love Jesus. Everybody seems. Jesus said, "Forgive them, for they know not what they do."
They do.
And that's the way I see it.
Exactly.
But I'm going to have to end this because we're at the 2-hour mark. So I enjoyed the conversation, y'all. I'm going to give y'all my outro.
Stay black. Save that black woman's baby and walk up with your weak ass. Black power.
Black power.
Black power.
Black power.
All right, y'all. I appreciate it.
God
I'm going to love listening to this archive tonight.
Oh, my God.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye,
All right.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Tamara. That was great, baby.
Thank you for not being too hard on me as a sister.
Nah, I love you.
Love you very much.
I love you, sister.
All right, then. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye, baby.
Hey.
All right.